Okay. So the square cake is ready. I just in the off screen cut off the dowels so to just make it quick for you because that is taking time, right? So I'm going to explain here the difference. Okay. So the square cake also starts with paper marking. So the parchment paper was here, and I kept the board of this bottom tier, use the pencil and made the center round, and then took the board of the top tier and placed it around, aligning with the center, and made the outer outline. All this remains the same like your round cake. Okay, and then within that outline, I'm passing through the center and 1 inch on all sides. 4 sides, 1 inch, and then 1 inch. And then again, I am passing through all the dots that I had marked and then making another 1 inch. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 markings of 1 inch. And then I use the scale to get a smaller square. And this particular square that I have made using the dots joined will be my dowel square. Now for the square, it's important to have dowels on all the 4 corners, and that will add stability. Without the dowels in the corners, you're going to have difficulty. Now, if you're going to have the 2 inch in between, it may not be 2 inch all the time. So you find a center, and that will divide the stability for your square cakes. In case, say the bottom is a 10 inch and then the top is an 8 inch, and then you do not have such a short line, if the line is too long, and that is when you will go about measuring your 2 inch or your 1.5 inch, and then you will equally divide the number of dowels in between each of these lines. So the dowels that are placed in between the lines of the square, they will be equally placed anywhere between 2 inch or 1.5 inch, but they have to be equal. And how many dowels that comes in between depends on the length of the line of the square. Now, after the dowels are marked, the next step is to place the paper on the cake. Make sure it is in the center. And use a toothpick and get the dowel marking through the paper and also the center. And then you have the dowel markings transferred onto the cake, and insert the dowels, 1 dowel into 1 point. I have already done that, and do the pencil marking, take that out, and the one with the cake. And the dowel marking is exactly, dowel cutting is exactly the same, keeping the first one that is taken out measured and cut, right? And then all the others have to be measured and cut. And I'm just going to check if all of them are the same height. This looks a bit taller. It needs to be. So I have to keep this aside. So I have to just trim that. This one passed. This one is good. This one I want to trim. This one is good. Good. And good. So 2 of them, I just need to trim it You get it washed before putting it on the cake and check for the height. It is matched. I just need to wash that. This was a little taller. If it is shorter, like somebody asked, you can't use that. You have to redo. So this looks good. I'll just get this one washed. Washed and dried before we put on the cake. So while I do that, I'm going to insert the dowels straight in without having it slanted. So two are washed and just wiping it out. So dowels are done. Now royal icing. Before royal icing, let's get the center dowel in. Measurements. Just keep your calculators ready. 9 centimeters and 9 centimeters. That's a 18. So pretty easy math. We'll just go little lower, 3 centimeters lower, right? So I need a 15 centimeters. So mark a 15 centimeter. Next step is to cut this. Now, what if you don't have a dowel cutter? We could cut that using serrated knife. Serrated knife. Right, serrated knife. So when you're using a dowel, so here is a marking. Okay, so here is a marking. I'm just going to place that marking right where my table ends. I'm just going to cut it using the serrated knife. I'm just going to hold this here and just use saw motion. In case you don't have the dowel cutter. But in place of dowel cutter, so that dowel cutter is like quite sturdy. I like that. Home Craft has that. Or your hardware shops has PVC cutter. That also works good for these kind of dowels. I'm just turning up. That's a bit of hard work. So you need to just keep passing through, like how you do with a axe or hacksaw blade stuff. But you're using your bread knife, your serrated knife. Careful. Just trim that. Measure to see. So 15. But this is not too wide as the one that I'd already used, and it is not going to pass through like a lot of tears. So it's good for me to insert this through, because I'm sure it is going to pass through that one board there. So right in, straight down, and a bit of royal icing. And then get the square cake, go inside, lift with a board. You have the center hole, and just pass in. I just have some time to move this to check for the center. So this has also come out of the fridge from overnight. It looks shiny, but all the stickiness is gone because it was under AC. Okay, so stacked and good to go. Now, how much of a pressure you put? Now this cake will not squish that cake. Okay, so square stacking done. Easy. Questions for square stacking. No questions? All clear? We get back also about the whipping cream. We were to frost it last night after the session, but you know, it got late and we couldn't get the whipped cream sharp edges done last night. It should have been freezing last night to stack it today morning itself. So in the schedule, the whipped cream stacking will be the next one. But we finished the sharp edges this morning and it is in the freezer. I wanted to get frozen a little bit more time. And that will help the stacking of the whipped cream cake in a better way. So I'm going to push that to the end, and I want the cake to be freezing a little more time. So we will skip that for now and then move on to the next one, which will be the rest of the additional techniques. And then we will get to arranging the flowers and the other elements on the round cake, the square cake, and then we'll also be stacking the whipped cream cake and doing the geode will be the last part, right? Looks great. Need a lot of practice. Needs a lot of practice, Pooja. Also, you could just also just follow this exactly and do it once to see if you're able to just sail through it. Can we keep fondant cake in freezer? There's no, you can't keep in freezer. That is like too much pressure on the cake. Fridge is the ideal part. After frosting, it has to go into the fridge and not freezer. Square cake doubts, square cake stacking doubts, or is it clear? If you could think of something else, we can sit down on the end of the day Q&A where you can ask more doubts. For now, then maybe I just clear this up. If there is another layer on top, do we need to have dowels inserted again? Yes, obviously. And that is why we did a 3-tier round cake. If another tier is going to come on top, we will need. And more so, there will be just 4 dowels only on the corners. The dowel template is reused for any time. See, if it is the same size, then this paper will work. If it is the same size of the bottom and the top, the same drawing paper will work. But if they are different sizes, then you have to redo it. But yeah, for the same size, the template will work. More doubts? So I'll clear up and then get back with the rest of the techniques. Yes.